I'm delighted to see all of you here today. This is very cool. I want to tell you a little bit about the Liberty Tree Initiative and why we've got this scrawny tree here. And I'm in no way critical of the tree. We want something that will grow, and I want to tell you about that. There's a moment in American history that very few people ever talk about, and that is when the folks in this country began talking about separating from England and said this needs to be a country founded on freedom. They would sit beneath an elm tree near Boston Commons and basically talk treason. You know, we need to free ourselves of the king. And this was in the 1760s in this country. In 1765, this had gone on long enough, according to those who supported the crown, and they cut down what had then become known as the Liberty Tree. And the reason we all don't talk about the Liberty Tree now is because after that moment it was known as the Liberty Stump. Not quite as catchy or romantic. But we love that moment, a time when people talk about taking their destiny into their own hands and making a commitment to freedom. And something unfortunate has happened to the First Amendment over the years. And I won't put any of you through this, but ask yourself if you can name the 5 freedoms of the First Amendment. If you can, you are one of only 4% of Americans. Everybody can recite the Pledge of Allegiance just like that, but say, what does the First Amendment say? Almost no Americans know. And they truly don't appreciate the way they should. We do an annual survey at the First Amendment Center, which is also part of the Freedom Forum, based at Vanderbilt University, and ask a number of questions. We ask people whether there's too much freedom in the First Amendment. Almost 1 in 4 Americans think there's too much freedom given to us under the First Amendment. When music is being played, 40% of Americans believe you should not be able to play music in public if it might offend anyone. A similar number would say you can't put art in public if it might offend anyone. As I mentioned just a minute ago in a conversation, the land of the free has become the home of the easily offended. And we do not cherish these freedoms the way we need to. So, 2 years ago, I gathered together an amazing cross-section of artists and poets and authors and activists and attorneys and lawyers, librarians, journalists. And we said, how can we begin to build understanding of the First Amendment? And there are a couple of things going on. One is actually an advertising campaign modeled after Got Milk. And you'll see that coming very, very soon. The other is actually holding festivals on America's campuses, and this is our first full year of this, and it's been just so heartening. And we thought, what better symbol of this than to plant a tree on every campus, a scrawny tree that will one day grow strong, just as those preliminary conversations about liberty in America grew to the kind of nation we are today. So the notion is that we are replanting the Liberty Tree. It's no longer a stump. And we're hopefully revitalizing the conversation about the First Amendment and its value in a free society. And we are so delighted you're here. Thank you all very much for this.